Okay, we're back. Season 2 of the Bunch of Buttocks Fantasy Football League, also known as the More Extended Family League. And let's not waste a whole lot of time with preliminaries. Let's get right at it. Here's the hat for this year. It's Madison River Fishing Company. I caught a lot of lunkers wearing this not too long ago, so we're going to use this hat this year. And no particular order, we're going to dig into the participants. Let's see who we have in no particular. Oh, we have Jack Eisner put the league together. I'm pretty sure the Eisners, there were 3 of them last year, and they all struck out. They didn't make the postseason at all, so they got some work to do to turn that around. Let's see who's next here. Oh, we have Colby. Colby finished runner-up in the final last year, which means to some people it's the first loser. And well, let's go with that, the first loser. Now, let's move on. We got Thomas. Thomas was kind of involved. Did you make a trade last year? I don't know if you got to try a little bit harder. And let's move along here to, we've got Bob Moore. The Moore boys, I've pulled Colby, Thomas, and Bob out, and that's kind of the Moore sisters, we're going to call them this year. And it seems like they're going to see who can get Eckler first, and then who cares about the rest of it. Let's pick another name. Totally random here. Oh, that's Dave. That's me. I'm probably the favorite to win. You know, like I was last season, it was an upset that I didn't win. So I got a huge target on my back. Oh, here's Cliffy. Cliff, again, I already spoke about the Eisners. There were 3 of them last year. None of them made the postseason. I kind of expect that to happen again this year, just like the Bears. They're done. All right. Now we have Dylan. Dylan kind of talked a lot about the Raiders last year, and not a whole lot about fantasy football. The Raiders, well, they have Jimmy G spot this year, and which means they have an excellent chance of winning it all. But that doesn't mean you can do any good in fantasy. Here's Ridley. Ridley's kind of, he was a little soft-spoken last year. I expected a little more mouth out of him. At least give Bob some grief this year, even if you're not going to win the title. Let's move on. We've got left is Brent. Brent was our champion last year. Oh, Brent, I know you don't remember this, but I do. You beat me 3 times last year. If it wasn't for you, it would have been me. And so I have a target on your back, my friend. It ain't gonna happen again. Moving on to, that's a blank. That's no good. Oh, we have Cullen. Cullen's a new member. He's a rookie this year, and rookies have never fared well in this league. And I have a quote for you from Jack Eisner. Cullen, my girlfriend's brother who is soft. That's a quote. All right, I know. It's funny, but it's a quote. All right. Do we have 10 in the box here? Let's see. We got 5. We got 10. That's all of them. Let's mix them up. Who's going to get the first pick this year, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, whoa. We have to pause one moment for a word from our sponsor. Boys, do you have a gambling problem? Is your bank account getting drained because you just can't stop making wagers? Have you ever had too much money on a ball game and you had her won only to see some fucking referee throw a flag on a pass interference that clearly wasn't pass interference? And then did you try to find that referee's name and find out where he lived? You have a problem, my friends. If this story is sounding familiar, you have a problem. Did you ever go to the racetrack and think, you know what, I'm gonna drive to Santa Anita and I'm gonna win my rent this weekend? And then you get down there and sure enough, you're hot as a pistol. You win the daily double, couple of exactas. You bet a big superfecta and you hit that bastard for like 10 gur. And you say, you know what, this is the hot streak I've been waiting for. I'm driving to Vegas. You get to Vegas, you drop like 2 gur on a big old suite and you head down and you start gambling. You're playing cards, you're playing roulette, you're playing craps, you're rolling the dice, you can't lose. You're up 20 more, Gurr, and then all of a sudden she changes, my friends. You can't win a fucking thing. Everything is wrong. You bet black, it's red. You bet black and green, or black and red, and it's green. You're as cold as can be. The next thing you know, it's the casino's empty. There's two dealers looking at you. The cocktail waitress is trying to pump another whiskey into you. You're all you're strung out on Black Russians, Heinekens, and the next thing you know, you're in the corner somewhere playing High Life from Indonesia or some shit. And then you don't know the sun's up. You got back to your room, all your crap sitting out front of the door. You spent 10 Gurr on a room and didn't even stay in it because you didn't realize it was noon the next day. If this story sounds familiar, my friends, give us a call at 1-800-GAMBLER. You need some help. But if the story is not familiar and your gambling problem is that you ain't winning enough, give us a call, boys, at 1-999-MAMBLER. At 1-999-MAMBLER, we can help you not only with this terrible gambling problem, but we can turn the problem into victory, you see, my friends. Call 1-999-GAMBLER now, and we're going to set you up to win in the short term and in the long term, if you know what I'm saying. 1-999-GAMBLER, and you're saying, gee, what proof do you have that you can make me a winner? Well, I'll give you some proof. It's called the Season of Jesus. It was in 2019, you see. And the boys at 1-999-GAMBLER were killing it. You see, here's the season all marked off. I don't know if you can get a good look at it, but, you know, starting with 400, you see, we start playing one game every week. And so the you have to have the right attitude. You have to have commitment. You have to have honesty. You have to believe in emotion, and you have to have some kind of integrity. Believe in honesty, integrity, be in control, and find your emotional edge to the game. And speaking of honesty, at 1-999-GAMBLER, Mambler, what's that, Lise?
Mambler.
Did I say gambler before? Well, you know what I'm talking about. 1-999-Mambler. We have the Season of Jesus, and we're honest. We are the worst week one gamblers in the business. So you might want to skip our week one. But after that, we realized that Miami was maybe one of the worst teams in NFL history. Bet them 3 weeks in a row, boom, boom, boom. Then we moved over to some other games. If you can see, Tampa Bay, speaking of emotion, they had a quarterback that just, he didn't care whether he threw a Q or a TD, a pick. He didn't care what he did. They were running up the scores because they'd have pick six and 3 touchdowns every week. Over, Tampa Bay over, Tampa Bay over, Tampa Bay over, Tampa Bay over. We had them 5 times, won them all. Back to the emotional edge, my friends. You remember that game was Cleveland and Pitt, and some lineman for Cleveland went nuts, ripped the helmet off the quarterback, spun it around and hit him with it? Yeah, you remember that. 2 weeks later, boys, they were in Pittsburgh playing Cleveland. I'm all over Pitt on the money line. Boom. Even though they were the worst team, they had the emotional edge, my friends. Give us a call. 1-999-Mambler. 1-999-Mambler. Give us a call. We can help you win cash. You start with 400. This has turned into like an infomercial. You start with 400. You stick with us through the entire season. Use your brain. Don't play the Super Bowl. You end up with 70. You're basically at 8 Gurr. Start with one thing. Add a 0 to it. Double it. That's what happens. Give us a call. 1-999-Mambler. Thank you very much. Woo! Well, thank you to our sponsors at 1-999-Mambler. The spokesman kind of stumbled over that a couple times because he was all fired up. Now, Without them, we wouldn't be able to support this this beautiful production here. Thank you again. 1999 Mambler. Now here we go. First pick this year. Good luck, everybody. This is going to be, they're all the same. I grabbed two. I didn't look. I tell you, I didn't. And that's going to be Jack. Jack is number 1. Let's go again. Let's see, I didn't want number 1 this year, to be quite honest. Number 2 is going to be Colby this season. Let's go again here. Let's mix them around. I like the feel of this one here. That's going to be Dylan. Dylan's number 3. Okay, a couple of them fell out. Let's get digging here. Who do you think is going to come out next? I wouldn't mind number 4, to be quite honest with you. 4 or 5, somewhere in the middle is a good. What the? That's going to be Ridley. Ridley's number 4. Okay, let's keep going. Who's this one? Number 5 is Cliffy. Cliffy's number 5. Don't take any bears, bro. So, a little advice from me. Now we're on the 6th pick. That's Bob. Uh-oh, we're kind of running out of time here. I don't want to be like 9. So this one's going to be Cullen. That's the 7 hole. Cullen, the new boy. Let's get to it. The 8th selection this year. What are we going to have here? We're going to have Brent, defending champs, picking 8th. 2 more to go. Oh, that one flew out, so it must want to be played. That's T. Thomas is number 9. And well, I wonder who's left in the bucket. That's going to be Dave. Dave's picking last. So I can't recap because it's a big mess, but it was Jack first, it was Dave last, and everybody in between. Good luck this year. I'm sorry it got a little bit long, but I'm an emotional guy. And when you're doing 1999 Mambler, it takes a little bit extra time. Good luck. Thank you very much.